How does gratitude prepare your child for an Ivy League school?
We have a son at Stanford and a daughter at Harvard. I'm Alema.
I'm G, and this is Manuia Life. If this is your first time here, please hit the subscribe button. It's free. For those of you who are joining us again, thank you so much.
Time out.
What was that for?
We need a timeout.
Okay, we'll take it over again. Alema's right. There was a point in time in our family's lives where we got super busy and he would call a timeout. Both of us were in school at that time. We were both working full time. Our son was swimming on 2 different teams. Our daughters were performing, songwriting. We had another son in football and all of them in scouts. Well, the boys, that is. Alema actually started a rugby team and I was busy working with the youth in our church. And so time was very precious commodity for our family.
So as a father, I felt impressed to call a timeout. Our family was very busy. It was accomplishing a lot of things, but it was also taking its toll. And I could see it in other parts of their lives.
Our kids loved this timeout because what it usually meant was mom and dad cleared their calendars, they cleared their calendars, everyone kind of put aside the interruptions that would kind of busy our lives and focus and huddle together as a family. So I really appreciated Alema acting on inspiration at that point.
It involved giving everyone an opportunity to talk, to express themselves. It involved interviews of how things are going for them in all aspects of their lives. It involved a lot of good food. It involved lots of relaxation and time spent together.
I think that's a good point that you make, Alema, is that, you know, when you go through life and you're busy in your schedule, just being busy for busy's sake wasn't the point of our goals, right? Family plays a big part in our mission statement. And what that meant is prioritizing your time together as a family. Just as important for us as a couple to have, you know, our time, it was important to show the kids how much you valued that relationship by pulling everyone away and almost like just being quiet for a minute to look and kind of take stock at what's going on and where you're at. And are we really doing the things that we wanted to do as a family?
It's one of those checks to check in with your family, to check in with each individual family member, including mom and dad, as to the things that are working. And it was a chance to express gratitude to each other. It was a chance to rededicate ourselves to each other and have that that charity and that sincere caring for each other. It also allowed us to jump off that train. What I mean by that is, a few videos ago we showed you a big whiteboard, and what that means in reality, when you see that the whiteboard is really just a symbol of this big machine that the family's on, and it's churning and it's busy with activities and assignments and performances and games, practices, and it's very tough to get off the train, because once that train starts moving, we move all time and resources to achieve everything that we put on that board.
I think, you know, another point that kind of comes to mind is that sometimes the kids aren't feeling that train, you know? Sometimes they need an out. Like mom and dad need to say, hey, is this really what you're...
Time out.
Of course. But, you know, mom and dad really need to kind of touch base with them and they need to assess, is this really working the way you thought it was? I know for some of our sons, football was not everything. And they really didn't want to go that route. But if you don't give them the avenue to express their heart, to tell you what's really going on, then that is a missed opportunity as we're moving our kids forward, is for them to express their heart and to share with you what's working or what's not working.
It's very important to do it on a regular basis. Do it in a time where things aren't breaking down on you.
Right.
Do it in an opportune time where people are not being victims of the big machine.
Mm-hmm.
So you can make these adjustments often and reevaluate them on a regular basis. The beauty of making the adjustments is that you reaffirm the things that are important to you. And if things aren't quite working out, and you find this out in a big timeout, family timeout, you can make those adjustments, and people can then go back and be emotionally attached to their goals, to feel inspired, have it recrystallize in their mind as to what they really want. And that can happen all the way through. Goals aren't to be set and then left. They have to be in context of what you desire and what it is that you feel in your heart that you really want for yourself. And so it's good to review and make adjustments. And then a father and a mother have that stewardship to receive that kind of inspiration, to see just where the family's going and make sure they're okay.
So as we were enjoying our timeouts, and granted this wouldn't happen every week, it was more like maybe once a year if we were lucky, Alema shared with us on one of our family drives something that inspired him to change timeouts into Manuia Time.
A few years back, a good friend, Reno Mahe, lost his daughter, and we were all in the football office grinding at the University of Utah. And we were sitting there grinding, working hard, knowing that this beautiful family just lost their daughter. And something tugged at me. That I wouldn't be anywhere without my children and my family and my wife. So we left the office, or I left the office, headed straight home, just so I can hug my family. They're the most important thing in my life.
You know, Manuia is a term of celebration. It signifies gratitude for the blessings that we experience in our life. And so Alema actually did our family a favor. Rather than waiting for a timeout, here we have the opportunity to give thanks and celebrate through all phases of our lives, on the daily, even on every special occasion. And so
whether or not someone achieved or not,
absolutely, yeah, it wasn't necessarily for achievement or recognition, it was for gratitude. And we know there is no way we could celebrate the good in our life without recognizing the Lord's hand in every aspect, the ups and downs, the challenges, the successes. He has been there cradling us as we're moving forward through each phase. And so this term of celebration isn't something to wait on. It's something to cherish. And I think Alema knew that as soon as he recognized that life was so precious and it can be taken at any time without warning. And so for us to leave a day uncelebrated, unappreciated, would be a tragedy in our life.
And then I expressed my love for them. And I told them, life's too short. We need to have Manuia time on a regular basis. We don't need an excuse to get together and show love for one another. So on this particular day, we canceled all activities, went on a drive, and of course we stopped at our favorite convenience store to load up on drinks. And
yes, they
and
love that.
and snacks, which was great. And before we began the drive, we all lifted up our cups and our glasses, and we toasted each other. I said, "Thank you for being my family. I love you so much." And we said, "Manuia."
I think if your family hasn't carved out a term or a time to signify your gratitude for all the good in your life, that use this experience as one to celebrate each day. And if this is something that you like, please share, please subscribe.
If there's anything else you'd like us to discuss or cover, a topic that you have an interest in, please comment below.
We'll see you next time in our next video.
Manuia.
Manuia.